Good afternoon, good evening to those tuning into the show right now. Last Word Productions. I'm your host, Tavares Wilson. And as you all know by now, I always get the last word, man. We got someone joining up with us right now. Got my boy Mike in the building. What's up, bro? How you feeling?
What's the word, man? Well, I'm good, man. How you doing today?
Man, I can't complain, man. I can't complain. But I just want to, before we get into anything, man, if y'all not doing so already, y'all go ahead, hit like, subscribe on the channel. We are live on YouTube currently right now. We're also live on Facebook. If you're not doing so already, go ahead and follow on both platforms, Last Word Productions. And be sure to also follow on other platforms, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. I'm everywhere, man. Y'all drop a follow. The handle's the same all across the board. So, as we all know, week one is upon us. Dallas in Philly right now. Good game, 17-14 in favor of Dallas currently. Dallas is showing that the offense is something that's going to be good this season. And Philly is also showing that their defense is young and inexperienced, and as was would be expected because they have lost 10 starters this year. This is why last week when we had the episode predictions of the games, I didn't feel like this would be a blowout in any way, shape, or form. I did pick Philly to win, but the blowout toss, I was like, nah, they're not blowing these people out. I mean, Dallas got a pretty good offense, as we see, and Philly, like I said, has lost a lot of pieces and they're young. So this is going to be a game that was going to be a tough game because not only is it a divisional game, but it's week one. I mean, you got to get all the jitters out the way. You got to get your feet under you, get your bearings. So whatever the case may be, I did not see a blowout in the, you feel me, in the forecast. But what you think, Mike? What you think of the game thus far? What caught your eye?
I ain't gonna lie. I hope Dallas win this game strictly off the fact that I think Jalen Carter is the biggest hoe I ever seen in my life.
Yeah, the
Like you
spitting.
said, like before the game would start, first of all, you got a player down. One of your teammates is down on the ground. I don't even know why you on the field. Everybody else except the offense is either on their sideline in their huddle or back where your team is. You walk up on your opposing team's quarterback and y'all talking shit cool, but then you spit for what?
Right.
Your big 6'5", 300-pound ass is finna play right now. Where you can go sack this motherfucker, talk all the shit you want, and you spit. Game ain't even started. We got one play out the way. Open the kickoff. We ain't even got a down into the season yet, and he doing that same emotional shit he was doing last year. They had Nick Sirianni cussing his ass out on the sideline, and I remember vividly when that happened. Everybody's like, "You can't talk to no man like that. You can't do that." Blah blah blah. And I was one of the few people that was like, nah, bro, if he going off like that, it's a reason for it, bro. Dude is
Right.
clearly immature and emotional. He's emotionally explosive. We've seen this behavior from him since before he got drafted. So this
I'm
is
about to
not
say,
surprising.
I'm about to say we see that in college. Yeah.
Yeah, but like I ain't gonna it's not surprising he acting out, but the spitting is crazy. Just man as a man, forget athlete, professional, all of that. As a man to man, you do not spit on no man, bro, at all. That's an immediate ass whooping. And I was telling the boys in the chat, we was talking, I said, bro, he lucky he did it to the right person and the right team. Cause that would have got him hurt. Ain't no way.
See,
No way. But it's a good game, man. Like if they can figure out, I hope they keep running the ball. If they
me,
keep running the ball, kind of controlling the clock, especially running right where in that middle, because Jordan Davis cannot tackle whatsoever. I think they'll be all right. They fuck around win this game for real.
Play.
Yeah.
hold
What's up, Will? How you feeling, bro?
on. Good, bro. 1 second.
That's it, though. I think it's a good game so far. They need to get this stop for sure. If you definitely want to go into the half down, because then Philly get the ball for the second half. So if they can hold them to a field goal or a turnover, they in good shape.
Right. So, what's your thoughts on the game so far, Will? What both teams are showing you so far?
Hmm.
Nigga,
Well,
bullshit.
I have seen a particular person showing some signs.
But you say Miles Sanders, bro.
No, bro, what? Come on, bro. Miles the go, bro. Don't ever disrespect. But bro, GP is already not running routes, bro. Andy's out there running routes all lazily already. Already been seeing it.
Yep.
I can't wait for that to fall apart. But bias aside, it's a pretty good game. You can clearly tell that Carter's missed because they can't really stop the run to save their life. I feel like Dallas is passing a little too much, though. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like they should probably try to keep Dak, as little passing attempts kind of as necessary. But their defense is also just horrendous in defending Jalen Hurts, bro. Like he can't pass. I will say
Yes, bro.
the wide receivers is out there getting some good cardio in, but as far as him running, bro, every time he takes off, bro, he's going for like 10, 15. It's ridiculous, bro.
Yeah, I don't know what the adjustment is right now, but it ain't working.
Contain, that might work. They ain't doing none of that.
Yeah, they can't. The edges are terrible, but
I mean,
I
but
guess
they don't have them
the
rush, have
first
them
round
set
picks
that
will work.
edge. But
Hey, and that run that Barkley got when he hit the right side, they blew it up and he got around the end and he still got like 6 yards. All I'm saying is Michael Parsons would have made that tackle, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. Michael Parsons made that tackle.
He just scored running exactly the way Michael would be playing. Yeah. Like Jerry said, we couldn't stop the run. I guess he wasn't lying, so they still ain't stopping.
It's even worse now. Because
Yeah,
all they gotta do is keep attacking that side. At least he
that's
could.
the 5th touchdown. Ain't all rushing touchdowns. They need the quarterback out of pass touchdowns. Bro. They gonna break the. I think I asked him what the record was. He said 9. They gonna get 10 at this rate, bro. Just can't even. They gonna get 10.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Cowboys, sorry, bro. If Jalen Carter was in, it wouldn't even be close. I ain't gonna lie.
He can't control.
They're getting no little pressure on Dak without him. So like,
I mean, they still got other talent on the D line,
right? But what I'm saying is, bro, it's a complete difference when he's in, bro.
Well,
Like, he's just a different type of player.
Maybe we'll see it the next time they play in Dallas if he keep his emotions in check. Who knows? He fucking around get kicked out of that game too.
Man, regardless of the reasoning, I mean, listen, man. People will feel how they want to feel about the Michael trade. People will feel how they want to feel about the reason is he got traded. The fact of the matter is the defense, Dallas defense is Swiss cheese out there. It's terrible. Like they can't contain anything. They can't keep anything in front of them in terms of the rushing attack right now, any quarterback or running back of that matter, because Shipley and Saquon Barkley are having decent games when you look at it. And it's not even just like on the paper, it's like just watching the game. It's effective runs. So even if you look at Jalen Hurts extending drives, keeping stuff alive and stuff like that, that's all coming from the edges, not staying home, playing undisciplined and on the ground, on the knees. Like it's not good football right now from their edge setters and from the interior. So listen, however you want to say it, bro, trading Michael Parsons was the dumbest thing the Cowboys could have done this offseason. That's literally what they did. So
and they're making it obvious, like they're swapping both D ends for rundowns versus pass rush down. Like it's a mess. I mean, I know it's the first game, so you're trying to see what you got, maybe, but it's not good.
I mean, at the end of the day, it is the first game. I know people will give them benefit of the doubt, and people will say they didn't pick them to win this game, period. But the fact is, it's like what I said last week. It's like you traded away a Hall of Fame talent for the singular purpose of because you did not want to pay him. That's the only reason. It wasn't because they're about to turn things around and reset the team or the roster. No, that's not what they're about to do. They traded away their talented edge rusher because they simply did not want to reset the market. That's what happened, and that's just the unfortunate part for Dallas fans. They have to live with that reality that their owner / GM at this point does not want to be the guy that's going to be known as the market setter for non-essential positions in his eyes. That's not quarterback or maybe receiver. Like everything else is to him is expendable. That's at least that's what it seems to me. I mean, if you're not Dak Prescott or Ezekiel Elliott from a couple years ago, then you ain't getting paid. That's what it looked like. Because they gave CeeDee Lamb hell too before he finally got his contract. So
he wanted to go and they paid him right when he asked to be traded. Like, I'm done. And then all of a sudden they got a deal done.
So it's like at the end of the day, man, they gotta. The Cowboys will not do or win anything until Jerry Jones gives up whatever he has, whatever God complex he got going on. He got to give that up, man. I don't know. That's the only way they're gonna win. I mean, it's clear. That's the only way.
Yeah, it's over with.
But let's get off into excuse me. Let's get off into the Kawhi Leonard news, man. I know you probably both have seen, but for those who did not see, Kawhi Leonard actually was allegedly getting paid $28 million under the table from the Clippers through a fraudulent tree planting company, so it can avoid salary cap, ramifications. So, what are your thoughts on that, Mike? What you think, bro?
I'll let Will go first on this one.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. This is insanity, bro. Imagine being $1 billion company, bro. $1 billion franchise, $1 billion team, however you want to phrase it, bro. And you're going out of your way to illegally pay someone $28 million, bro. Like I don't even see the logic here, bro. Like I don't see the logic, bro. Golden State went like, are they still over the luxury tax?
Yeah.
When is the last time they were good? We can't remember. Who cares about it? Nobody. Just do what they do. Do what you're supposed to do, bro. Do whatever you have to do within the confines of the legality system. And not only that, just the rules of the game, bro. It's not even that big of a deal, to be honest. I don't see the logic here. You went out of your way to make it as difficult as possible to pay this man $28 million. Y'all are a multi-billion-dollar organization, bro. It's ridiculous, bro. Whoever the owner needs to be fired. GM, fire everybody. Just swipe them from the top down at this point. Start over. It's pitiful.
What you got, Mike?
This is both the funniest shit and the most dumbest shit in the world.
So embarrassing.
For so many reasons, bro. Like everything he said, and on top of the fact that you didn't have to pay this man. You didn't have to extend him. Y'all dumbass just gave the man a 3-year extension last summer. You did not have to do that. That's right. It. This is the first postseason we done seen, bro, in what, 2-3 years? So it's like, you didn't have to extend him. You could have traded him or whatever the case is. I get y'all was opening a new arena, but like, so what? Like,
they did more than open a new arena, man.
I mean, I get it. I'm just saying. Yeah, I get all of that. That's great. The wall, all of that is fantastic. And Steve Ballmer, for the most part, from what we know on the outside looking in, is a great owner. Everybody love him, dude. Funny as hell. He be at the games courtside. He's a fan first. Yeah. But to go out of your way, bro, to pay this halfway cripple $28 million through a tree plant company, not a casino, not shit like that, a tree planting company. I don't know nobody making $28 million planting trees, bro. A company. So, and then you just like, I hope it's a lie. Because even when they played the clip of the interview that I heard, I listened to it. The dude talking, through the distorted microphone and all of that kind of weird shit. So it could be bullshit for the most part. But we don't know. If this has any truth, I don't care if it's not 28, maybe it was only $5 million. It is the dumbest shit in the world to get yourself penalized for it. And the NBA is going to crucify them. Because Adam Silver is the nicest commissioner in all of sports, bro. Bro don't say no to nothing, damn near.
He's the sorriest, bro. He's the sorriest.
He's soft, right? He's soft as hell. So they're going to be in his ear, trying to make him crucify them so that he can rule with an iron fist on some old school David Stern shit. So they're going to come down hard. Clippers already had the scandal with Buddy. I forgot his name, weirdo, the racist dude. And now it's not looking good. Them boys might be in trouble for it. So to punish them, send the franchise to Seattle, get Seattle a team, man. Let's get this shit over with. Let's go on here.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Seattle do deserve a team over it.
Don't send their ass to Seattle, man, and make it fair.
Yeah.
Man, listen. Only thing I gotta say about all this is Steve Ballmer is a players owner, whatever the case may be. He loves to be on the sideline. You see the antics, you see the theatrics, stuff like that. At the end of the day, man, this shit is a fucking joke. It's a literal laughing stock about what the Clippers have been the last 5 years. I mean, this is a team that went from saying that they should be competing in the West. They own LA now, all this other, BS, whatever they were spewing. They made one conference finals in that time span, which Kawhi didn't even play in. And they got embarrassed in that conference finals. And that's
Kawhi
on
been
top
hurt.
Huh?
Like he's not even playing. He been hurt. PG been hurt. Who else they have? Who they have?
That's what took them to the conference finals.
I
They hit the
mean,
1 year Paul George wasn't
Montrez,
hurt.
they had the better years of Montrez. They had some good years out of Lou. They had Pat Bev at one point.
Yeah, like
they should have kept that young core together, bro, and let them boys play.
They had some young talent, man.
They won 49 games with no superstars.
They got no. I mean, listen, they have not been short on talent within the last couple of years. It's not the problem. The problem is just simply the culture, like the culture and the owner. Clearly,
the culture and their health, bro. Both of those things mixed is just disgusting, bro. Like looking at them, like Kawhi's just the wing of Joel Embiid's. Like just retire. Both of them need to retire.
That's the perfect comparison. That's so perfect.
Like all the talent in the world could easily be the best at his position, you know what I'm saying? Or arguably, you know what I mean, depending however you want to phrase that, right? Those are the two main arguments for them. But they can never stay healthy, and it's just embarrassing, bro. Like you're doing all this to pay a man who don't even play. Like, come on, bro. Like, can we be serious here?
You
don't got no light in your background.
Yeah, little brother turned his light off.
It's like you said, it's a joke. It's hilarious, but it's the very much so Clipper thing to do, given their history.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, man, I look at it like this. Personally speaking, like I believe the Clippers at this point, I think they need to do what many teams do when it hasn't worked. They need to just blow this shit up. Like let it go, man. Let it go. It's not going to work. It hasn't worked. Let it go. Like James Harden, hey brother, you gave us some solid years. Sorry, Nara, go about your business. Kawhi, it's been real. I know you wanted to come here. We done with you.
You should have traded him right after the season. He actually played in the playoff.
Listen, whether it's Bradley Beal, whether it's CP coming back, who the fuck else ever, they need to let them all go. It's not going to work. It was never going to work. Like, that's the problem that they're in right now. They don't want to come to terms with that reality. They keep trying to load their roster with top-end talent, with guys who are veterans in the league, who have been successful in some capacity other places, but they just refuse to accept what's in the mirror, and that's them not being a good team. Yeah, you're good enough to get to the playoffs every year. Cool, but what are you after that?
I ain't gonna lie. Ever since they let Kawhi pump them, bro, into that blackmail shit he pulled, he's like, I'm gonna go to the Lakers if y'all don't get PG. They've been doomed since then. I'd have told this Balkini ass, go ahead, walk then. But they was desperate for a star. They didn't want to do all, do all that. I'd have told his ass, go ahead, bro. I'd have called his bluff. If he signed with him, cool. Let that Balkini motherfucker be their problem. Now I got $100 million in cap. I can go fill my roster with talent and get back to winning 50 games with good role players, solid star level or star caliber players. Because you traded Shea in that trade. Now look at you. You rather have Shea? I'd rather have Shea over PG and Kawhi combined at this point. So, yeah, I'd have told him to kick rocks. All right, go ahead. Go to the Lakers then, bro. That's cool. We understand.
They wouldn't have missed none because they don't play.
Wouldn't have missed a damn thing.
Because they don't play.
And honestly, you'd have handicapped the Lakers because with that money he was going to get, and the motherfucker always being hurt, you'd have handicapped the shit out of Brian AD. So you really would have won. You'd have been like, we got y'all ass. Gave you damaged goods. and we over here thriving.
Yeah, man. Hey, at this point, the Clippers, in my personal opinion, I think the Clippers are probably the biggest blunder we've ever seen in NBA history. Like, it's
Oh,
it's
sure.
it's it's definitely up there if it's not the biggest. Because I think this is just a joke. Like, you could think of the Celtics, not the Celtics. You could think of the Nets when they first traded for KG and Paul Pierce and stuff. You could think of
People say
you
the
know
Lakers. You know what I
yeah the
mean? When they had
Lakers.
Kobe and you know what I mean, all those players.
Yeah, when
Those
you say the Lakers when they tried to get Dwight when he had a bad back and with Steve Nash. You could
Two
say
bad shoulders and a bad back.
yeah,
Yeah,
you could
you
say
know,
the same thing about
people
the Nets second time around with KD, Kyrie, and Harden. But that was only for a year or two. But
and they
yes,
was they was injured the only, you know what I'm saying, the
Yeah.
only real year they had
The
together.
Nets on that hole twice, huh? That sucked.
So they started trading. Didn't they trade Kyrie that second year?
No, I think
yeah,
he
he
did.
he asked for a trade, but he got moved that offseason because he was
Yeah.
hurt. He got hurt. He didn't get moved.
Oh, okay. I don't even think he was really hurt. He probably just didn't want to play.
Same shit he told Cleveland when he was with LeBron. He said, "I'm gonna get knee surgery if y'all don't trade me."
Shit, probably ain't no telling. But at the end of the day, man, this Clippers situation is a joke. I don't
See, we gotta
think
look
I
at
don't
this.
think there's any other situation in the league that we've seen, especially in recent memory, that's just been this big of a blunder and a failure. So
Phoenix.
for my money, I do think it's the Clippers for the biggest
I
blunder.
would say Phoenix too with that KD, D Book, and Brad Beal. That shit was horrible. They didn't make the playoff.
Yeah, that's up there too. That's
Like Brooklyn
definitely
on
up
there
there.
twice. Like Brooklyn on there twice, like you said. So the KD, Kyrie, Harden experiment, the KG, Paul Pierce experiment, the shit. Not winning the championship when you had J. Kidd, Richard Jefferson, and VC with Kenyon Martin. I don't know how the fuck y'all didn't. I mean, yeah, they Brooklyn, the Nets on there a few times. And every team that done traded for KD ass shit. To be honest, you can gave up a lot to get this old motherfucker to won't be.
I mean, listen, man. At the end of the day, you trade for superstars in this league because they're superstar talents and players, and they theoretically elevate the team that you're trying to build in order to compete for titles. There's no denying that. But the problem with a team like the Clippers is that they depleted their youth in order to make that happen, and that's the issue they ran into. But
Yeah, traded
oh,
substance for immediate relevance.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. But let's move off into another topic, man. I want to talk about the game of the week. I want to talk about the game of the week. You feel me? And we're gonna talk about the Packers hosting the Lions. Detroit coming to town, the Green Bay. Early in the season, Micah is playing. He said it earlier in this interview, and the Lions coming back healthy. Aiden Hutchinson and them guys gonna be in town. It's gonna be a long day. So let's talk about the game itself and what y'all looking forward to in this first divisional rivalry game of week 1. You go ahead, Will.
I would probably say the main thing I'm looking for from Detroit is one, the play calling on both sides, since they're working with 2 new coordinators this year. Seeing how their play calling is, seeing how they're using the players. I mean, if they're running different type of coverages on defense from last year, how their offensive scheming is going. As far as how, excuse me, Jared Goff was protected a lot last year from play calling, and on top of that, the offensive line is just really good. So I want to see what they do with that. Player wise, defense, I want to see how Aiden Hutchinson comes back, after his leg injury. I want to see, maybe what his mindset's like, if he still looks fast off the ball, if he looks persistent, if maybe he looks a little potentially out of shape, like things like that. I want to see how he bounces back in his first game back. And then for Green Bay, I kind of just want to see how the wide receivers play, man. Like, they don't really got too much that I'm necessarily unsure of. But they're gonna have to really come out and play if they want to be competitive in this game, because I don't see any other way for them to even keep it close, in my opinion.
What you think, Mike? What you got?
I think it's gonna be a great game for sure. Like you said, Detroit's defense is fully healthy. Fully healthy. I think last time I checked everything. So
Yeah,
that alone is gonna add an element to the game. They won both games last year without everybody healthy. So to be honest, Jordan Love got, like he said, I want to see how the receivers play for sure, but also Jordan Love got to play clean. Like, can't have them interceptions where he just throwing some shit because he think a motherfucker gonna be there. Like, he got to play up to that level that everybody keep trying to put him in that top 10 conversation. He got to play like that, and I think they got underrated tight end play, so I do think that could be sneaky because the Lions linebackers aren't really that good outside of Jack
Craft
Campbell.
is better than what people give him credit for. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think outside of Jack Campbell for the Lions linebacker wise, they could get a lot of shit over the middle, like in that intermediate 10 to 15 space. The tight ends up the seams, a lot of cross combinations, a lot of mesh concepts. I think they'll be all right. It'll be a either low scoring game because Micah gonna elevate the defense and they'll be getting 3 and outs on both sides, or it'll be a shootout. It just depends on who get the stop first or who can establish the run first too. I think is gonna be important. And since it's early in the season, it ain't gonna be like the snow and all of that shit, so that's not a factor at all. The weather's not a factor, so yeah, I think it'll be a pretty.
I think, to be fair, bro, Jack Campbell is probably the most athletic, but Alex Anzalone was the better linebacker last year for sure. And
I agree.
pass coverage and run stop.
He was definitely their best pass coverage linebacker. Run stop, I think he was too, but it was clear as day he was the best pass coverage.
Yeah.
Sure.
But Jack Campbell is more athletic. If he takes that step up here, he could be their guy.
But he's 6'4", 6'5", being that damn big, like he got range, long arms, long limbs. So
yeah, he just got to put it together.
If he took that step this offseason during training camp and all that, he's gonna be scared of this shit for sure. So
we shall see, man. But some things I'm looking forward to from that game, and some matchups that I'm looking forward to. Honestly, man, I gotta see the matchup between Micah Penei Sewell at least once throughout this game. I know Micah ain't gonna line up that much on that left side because he's primarily on the right side, and I think the Packers are gonna use him more of a Roman kind of linebacker, or like have him play them not the Mike, but have him play a weak side backer role a little bit more, like what he was doing at Penn State a little bit more. So I don't think his hand's gonna be in the dirt 24/7 like he was with Dallas, but I do want to see him take that role and see how that matchup goes at least once or twice throughout the night. I just want to see that. You feel me? But I'm looking forward to see how the Green Bay receivers play, like Will said. But I want to see that specifically because, like I told y'all already, I think Matthew Golden really can really play. I really do believe that. So I want to see him go out there and actually put on some kind of showcase that he's going to eventually become the number one in Green Bay, as I think he will be. Because, I mean, Romeo Dobbs, Jaden Reed, Christian Watson, these are – they just call it space. These are nobodies.
But to be fair, bro, all he got to do is stay healthy to be the number one because you know they're going to get injured. And I say that with no disrespect, like no malice in my voice whatsoever. But they have shown nothing but getting hurt their entire time being on the Packers. So, like, you just, like, respectfully, you have nothing to think. But sometime throughout the year, they're going to get hurt and they're going to miss significant time. As long as he can stay healthy, he's going to be the one because he's going to be the only one with a consistent rapport with Jordan Love at that point, other than, like Mike said, the tight end groups.
Yeah. But the thing is, even with the health being a factor, and you're right about that, I just think he's simply better than everyone else. I mean, that's just what I believe. I think he's better than anyone on their roster. Like, I know Christian Watson oozes talent, and a lot of people rave about him because he's 6'3", 6'4", runs like a gazelle. We ain't seen it yet. I mean, when he's on the field, when he's playing, he's good for maybe one, maybe two good deep shots down the field to draw pass interference or get a completion, but he's not a consistent threat.
It's because he can't run routes.
I'm about to say he's definitely not running no routes for sure.
He's not running routes.
And he don't get good release either.
His hands are
Mhm.
terrible too. So it's
Yeah, I
like,
mean, even if he could catch the ball, he don't run routes good, and his release is terrible. So it's just like he does the two main things to get off the ball and get away from the corner. He does both of those terrible. So even if you could catch the ball, even if you could get a pass,
It's gonna be
like
contested all the time.
you
Shit.
know what I mean, like yeah, like the DBs are draped all over him, but he does nothing good to get away from DBs. He's
Only
just
thing he
fast.
got going for him this week is because they playing the Lions. Terry Arnold be holding his ass off. So that might, like you said, he good for drawing a
He's
couple
not going.
penalties.
I don't think
That
he's going
might
to
help.
guard him. I think he's going to guard Gold, and I think they're going to put DJ Reed on Christian Gonzalez because you already
I
know
think
that he's not really that big of a threat. When you look at Gold and like you
that's
don't know
true.
what you're going to get from him, and
That's true.
he's more explosive.
Yeah, he actually runs routes. So
Yeah, so you prefer the guy even if he's going to hold more, you still prefer the guy that's better in man-to-man coverage.
yeah, I mean, they did pay DJ Reed some solid money to come over there, so we'll see. But
He's booty though. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not a DJ
he's
Reed.
better than people think. He's
I'm
not
not.
like a household name.
DJ Reed
He's
DJ Reed's not. He's not terrible. He's okay.
He's not terrible, but
He's not. He's okay. He's all right. I mean, he's not someone you gonna put
He's
on
just
a
undersized, bro. Like
receiver.
5'9".
He's okay.
and he's not that fast.
Yeah, he's
No,
not.
he got good technique though. He just short.
Yeah, he do got solid technique. I will give him that.
5'9" is kind of tough.
He got disciplined eyes. He has good footwork. He's solid, but he ain't about to follow no fucking. I mean,
don't put him on no number one.
He's not a one for sure.
Don't put him on no number one. He's getting cooked.
That's why it had him and Sauce. He was the two. He had the second best receiver. He was okay with that.
That's why that game when Sauce got hurt and it was DJ Reed against Waddle. Because Tyreek was hurt, but Waddle had the game of his life, boy. I was like, oh my God.
Remember how to catch and everything.
He killed DJ Reed that game. I was like, God damn. I ain't never seen Waddle play that damn good outside of one other game.
He said, you acting different than that.
But another thing I'm looking forward to this game, I honestly want to see what the coaching is looking like for both these teams, because both teams, as we know, they have coaches that like to take chances. As we all know, Dan Campbell was infamous for that at this point, but Matt LaFleur as well. He's someone who takes risk on fourth down. He's someone who likes to gamble. Third and short, he likes to take shots or whatever the case would be. He wants to put the ball in the air, stuff like that. So I want to see how this game is called this early in the season, because the importance of the game is still the same. It's a divisional game. So you lose this game, yes, you're 0-1, but in the standings, you're back a game and a half. So we have to take that into consideration as well. So I think this game is going to be called a little bit tighter and closer than what we've typically seen from week one matchups from the past. But anything else y'all want to add about that game? Or anything else y'all want to say y'all looking forward to?
Nah, that's not for me.
All right, so I want to get into something else that that I didn't put on the list for the topics tonight, but I want to ask y'all opinion on, like, what do y'all think about the situation that's going on right now in the NBA in terms of not the NBA, excuse me, my bad, I meant NFL. But in terms of NFL, as we all know, the salary cap, as we discussed last episode, isn't a real thing. But there is not pay increase. There is an increase to the salary cap this upcoming season for the next 2 years, I believe. So every team is going to receive a little bit more money. And my question to you all is, with that being the fact and that being the case, why do y'all believe we see so many teams, pretty much strong-armed players that are of importance and essential to their teams, when that's the case, when they're going to be receiving more compensation soon or ability to pay them? Like, do y'all still think it's that power structure complex like with Jerry Jones, or do y'all think like it's something else that's not really being shown?
I think it's a couple of things, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's that, like, a lot of owners have that. Well, I'm the guy mentality, and if you don't listen to me, then it's just over. Owners, GMs, whatever. But then also, I think a lot of these teams are trying to get them before the increase because if they know they get the increase, then players are still going to want a little bit more because now the market can be reset even further. So they're really trying to get all these players, their most important players that are up, either this year or next year, signed now. That way, before the increase comes, they can, potentially get them on a slightly cheaper deal than what it might be once the increase happens. I think that's also a factor.
Okay. What you say, Mike?
I would say one, it's a power dynamic. I would say two, they cheap as hell. Like they billionaires and they trying to pocket. Like I never understood like in general with contracts and shit like that how fans like us as fans will get mad at like the player for not wanting to take less. You asking a millionaire to take a pay cut for a billionaire. A motherfucker that owns an entire team and probably some other shit. I mean, obviously the owners of the NFL teams have other things that made them billionaires that allowed them to purchase these teams and shit like that in the first place. You're
Yeah.
asking somebody that's trying to get 30, 40 million a year to give somebody that makes billions of dollars on an annual occasion a pay cut and then get mad at the player when they stand on business and say, no, I'm worth this. This is what the market says. This is what you owe me. My stats and my production says that I'm owed this money. This is what I'm asking for. And motherfuckers will get mad, call a player ungrateful and some more shit, but then never really get on the owner ass. I always thought that shit was weird. But like he was saying too, like with the increase, honestly, just point blank, the more they can get somebody under contract now, the more they can pocket for themselves. And that's what it's all about at the end of the day. Like they're trying to keep as much of that money to themselves as possible. Point blank. So if I can lock you into this contract early, I might know the cap going up next year. So if I give you 30 million this year and it go up 40 million next year, the next 2 years, I'm keeping extra money in my pocket because you might have younger guys outside of just them 2 or 3 star players. They on rookie contracts. Now you keeping that money for yourself for real. I think they just it's really greed for real. Bottom line. And I get to an extent, maybe they had to be that way, and that's how they became billionaires in some cases or whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, how much do you care about the product you put on the field? Like, does that outweigh the dollar amount? You're going to make money hand over fist. It's the NFL. You're never going to lose money as an NFL franchise. Like, too many people watch it, too many people purchase it, buy into it, season tickets, merch, players. There's too much involved with the NFL for you to ever be broke or be losing money as a franchise. So it's like you're not gonna starve, you're not gonna go poor, you're not gonna lose money. So do you want to be competitive and win and go far, or do you want to just pocket some bread? So you got to make that decision.
I don't necessarily think that's fair to say per se. I mean, of course they want to keep money, bro. But to say they're the only reason they're not, or the main reason potentially that they're not playing people is just because they want to keep the money. It is kind of insane. At the end of the day, you still got to think these people are still trying to go out and win Super Bowls because then they'll get more fans by winning, and they'll be able to make more money rather than keeping a couple extra $1 million in their pocket, bro. That I don't necessarily agree with. I do agree that they're cheap though, and I don't think that we should be trying to penalize players for getting what they think they're worth, whether we think they're worth that or not. I see players get paid, overpaid, in my opinion, all the time. But I'm not out like, oh, they should have never signed that deal. Like, hey, go get yours, bro. If I was out there with the potential to make 30 million a year and I'm only worth 20 and I'm still making 30 in somebody's opinion, I don't care. I do not care what I'm sleeping comfortably on my extra 10 mil that I'm not worth. You know what I'm saying? So all grace be to them, bro. But I do think that it's a fine line in what we see and how deep the business actually is. Like we may think we know what goes on, but none of us are in that building, especially not at the top, to know the exact ins and outs. And to say that keeping extra 10, 15 million for pocket cash to them is their goal. I think that's a bit of a crazy take, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
No, I don't know. I don't necessarily agree with the fact that well, Mike was saying about them pocketing the money. I mean, I think there's some truth to that, but I don't think that's what it is per se. But I do want to say, I believe in terms of what you were saying, Will, that I mean, how can I say this, man? I mean,
Shit,
I
just
don't
say
think
it.
every owner is competing. I don't think every owner is competing for Super Bowls. I don't believe that's the case. I don't think everyone is out there trying to put the best product on the field. I think some people are simply trying to sell tickets. And you don't need to win games to sell tickets. Like people go out, they get new jerseys, new design, new logos, revamp fields, new facilities, stuff like this. They do things in communities that make people love them more as an owner, GM, whatever. So I don't necessarily believe the goal, of course, as we look at it as fans and people that's not in the building, the goal is to win a Super Bowl. That's the goal. That's what you should be striving for as a football team in the NFL, because what else are you doing? But the reality of the situation is what else they're doing is they're profiting off of the community and the services of the fans around them. Whether that's the ticket sales, whether that's the merchandise, whether that's them going out and holding fundraisers or events to pocket more money, whatever the case may be. I do think the biggest thing is greed. That's what I agree with Michael. They're just greedy. Now that doesn't mean that they're purposely, at least not all the time, they're trying to pocket watch so they can save whatever they're trying to save. But I don't believe every owner is trying to go out and put the best product on the field. I don't believe that, because it's too many teams that have been bad for too long with the same ownership. And listen, football is not a difficult sport. We all know this. It's not hard. You can turn the film on and you can see what you're lacking at. It doesn't take 25 years to put a playoff team in contention, or a team that you believe is at the very least halfway decent. I'm not saying it's easy, but it doesn't take 25 years to do.
I mean, if it's not hard, then it's easy, bro. I mean, that's the only.
No, I'm not. What I'm saying is, it's not rocket science. Like, you don't need to go out and figure out the nuances of football in order to. Matter of fact, I'll give you an example. The owners don't even need to go out and hire their own niggas. They can hire other third-party companies to find these people for them. A lot of companies do that. I mean, not the companies. A lot of teams have done that. The Patriots did that literally with their GM that they have currently. When Robert Kraft went out and hired a third-party company to go find their GM. The Lions did that same thing a couple years back. So they don't even need to necessarily do the groundwork themselves in order to find the guys who know what they're doing. They just simply have to be willing to put the money up, or the effort, I should say, with a little sprinkle of dollars, whatever the case may be, in order to make the product better. And a lot of teams, in my opinion, do not do that. I don't think the Saints do that.
Well, let me ask you a question, bro. How many teams have went out and purchased third-party vendors to find them GMs, scouts, and all the other stuff? How many teams?
I mean, I don't know the number off the top of my head, but
all right. So now let me ask you another question. If you don't even know who did it, how are you going to say that?
Because I know people have done it. Well, like, that's not the point.
Bro, that's not what I'm asking. Hold on, bro. That's not what I'm asking.
That's my point.
I'm asking, how do you know these teams have not done that and came back unsuccessful? Just because you go hire somebody does not mean they're going to do the job. Same way you go.
No, but
pay these players.
Hold on, bro. That's what I'm saying. They're not putting the effort. That's the point you're missing, my brother. I'm not saying it's going to work. They're not putting the effort if
they're doing the same things and it's not working. How is that not effort?
But
you don't even know. But you don't know what teams did it, though, is what I'm saying.
What he's saying is, if you are willing to go out and instead of you sitting across from this person or yourself or with your personnel,
and plus they report when teams do it. That has to be reported by the league. That's how I know what teams did do it off the top. They reported in the news articles and also when they hired the people.
Right, but you said you don't know what teams did it offhand right now.
I know every team hasn't done it. That's my point. I know majority of teams have not done it. I told you the two teams I know off the top. I knew the Lions and the Patriots did.
You're talking about two success stories, bro. You don't know who has done it and failed because you don't even know who did it, like all the teams that did it. I'm not saying that you're wrong. All I'm saying is when you make a claim like that, bro, you got to back it with something, because that's the only team we can personally say that we all know that purposely goes out and does not try to do their best is the Cowboys. That's the only team we could say offhand that we know for sure does not care
Nah,
about winning.
nah.
The Saints exist, bro.
The Saints
Bro,
not
what do
trying
you
to.
mean the Saints exist,
Saints
bro?
not
They're
trying
the
to.
worst team
Saints
in the
not
league.
trying to.
They've been the
Within
worst
the
team.
past decade, they've been to an NFC
Jaguars.
championship.
How many years ago was that?
Bro, you know teams can
I'm not.
take
I
over a
understand that.
decade to rebuild, bro. They
So
just
when
lost
was
a
the
Hall of
last?
Fame
Okay,
quarterback, one of the
let me
best
ask
to
you a
ever
different
do it.
question.
Come
When
on,
was
bro.
the last time?
They lost Hall of Fame offensive line
When is
talented,
the last time they were competitive? Then I'll ask you a different question.
bro.
I'm
That's
asking you a
not
different
the
question. I'm
point.
not. So
I,
it is. That's literally what we're talking about.
Bro, every team does not flip around and become
It's not about.
competitive again
Okay.
every couple
So I'll
years,
give you
bro.
an
That's not
example of a team who
realistic.
did it, right? So think about it. The Texans were 2-14. They drafted C.J. Stroud, right? Nobody thought that they were going to be good, right? They
They're
were
in our
close to
ass
being.
division, bro.
That's not the, even with them being an ass division. Nobody had to make in the playoffs.
They
Will
have a franchise quarterback. The Saints don't have
even
that.
with them drafting him, nobody had them winning that division. Nobody.
Bro, you're
And
talking
definitely
about
not
what
making the
nobody had
playoffs.
them doing. We're not talking about what other people
Okay,
do. We're
we're
talking about
talking
what
about the fact
actually
that it
happened,
can
bro.
be done. You can't say that people flip teams all the time. Yes, it's not guaranteed. We know that. But the point is, you have to be competitive. That's the point, right? You're trying to compete. Even if you're not going to win, every team can't win the Super Bowl. Only one team wins. We get all that. Every team's not going to go to an NFC championship game every year. We get that. But you do have teams that we clearly can see are not putting forth the best effort in how they're utilizing or even using resources to begin with to field a competitive team. The Saints are one of those organizations.
And why is
Well,
that,
hold
bro?
on, wait.
They're salary cap
Let me.
hell.
Hold on, wait. Let me say this, dude. Though let's do a comparison, right? Let's put the Saints to the side because I think the Saints clearly are. I think that's a whole
No,
nother
let's
shit show.
do the Saints, bro. Let's do the Saints because
But
I
look,
got.
but even if you want to talk about the Saints, I mean, you can talk about how they clearly went out and got a head coach of Mike Dennis that was literally not fit for the job. He showed on two other separate occasions as a head coach with because he what other team he was coaching with? He was with the Dolphins at one point, and he was with the who else he was with? The Cardinals, I think. The Cardinals or
I think so, yeah.
it was the Cardinals.
I think so.
The man had a below 400 record, and they went out and only interviewed two people. They interviewed him, and they interviewed Kellen Moore, and Kellen Moore took the job as an OC with the Eagles last season. I mean, not last season, the year before that. So he didn't want the job, and then they went into that same season. They started 2-0. People thought the fucking earth was about to implode, and then they just fell flat on their face. And after that, they went and gave Derek Carr more money, and then the nigga retired on them, and then they went and tried to bro, you can't make that shit up.
Those are just a couple examples, bro. They drafted a good player. Who they drafted? Zach Bond, right? The head coach put him in the wrong position. Right, the head coach put him in the wrong position. He never panned out the right way. A head coach that they end up firing, right? So these teams make mistakes. They're learning. They're getting rid of these coaches. They're getting rid of players they think are not the right fit. But you're acting like they have to just flip around. They were just in the NFC Championship within the decade, though.
But
it's an unrealistic take, bro.
The point isn't about them flipping the switch and just becoming instantly better.
That's what he said.
Who, Mike?
Yes, you have to be competitive. If you just have to jump up and be competitive, that means you have to flip the switch. That's what his.
What I mean about competitive is we have teams that lose games in the league all the time that are competitive. You see teams that fight and compete even when they're out of playoff contention. Prime example: the Panthers last year. They weren't making the playoffs.
Team I wanted to mention.
They weren't making the playoffs. They competed their ass off down the stretch of every fucking game. They got better and better as the season went on, even though their record.
The thing is though, here's the reason. But here's the thing though, Mike. Here's the thing though. This is how we know the Panthers were trying to compete at some kind of capacity. I'm not saying they did compete every week because they didn't. But how we knew that they were trying to compete was that they went out and they made a change at quarterback because they felt as if Bryce Young just simply needed to be challenged in some capacity in order to show like, yo, listen, you can lose your job. Yeah, we took you number one overall, but if you're not going to get better, we will find someone else to do the job better. And they put Andy Dalton in, and that gave him some kind of spark in order to get better. They went out and spent money in free agency on good players. They went out and got Robert Hunt for the guard position. They went out, they paid Miles Sanders. It didn't pan out. They still went out and got a young, good running back in Chuba Hubbard. They went and got Xavier Legette, Tor McMillan. They paid J.C. Horn this offseason. They paid 3 guys in the interior of the defensive line. They're making the effort to at least show that they want to be better. the thing with the Saints is the biggest sign that they made the last 2 years was what, Chase Young, and at this point, I mean, we don't know what he is. I mean, you can say the same thing about the Cardinals. I mean, the Cardinals. I mean, gang, like they listen. I'm a Kyler Murray guy. I like Kyler Murray, but they literally put in an incentive in his contract to make him study film more. If you have to do that,
so they're not trying to win. Is what you're saying? They're not trying to win.
What I'm saying is they clearly don't have a winning culture. That's the problem.
Okay.
The culture isn't. If you don't have a winning culture, you're not going to win.
Like, the argument was teams are not trying to win. So yes, that was your argument. So let's run down.
That's not my argument. I said I don't think every team is trying to win a Super Bowl. That's the point. It's not that they're not trying to win games, because at the end of the day, if you're not winning games, you're not going to sell tickets. But winning a Super Bowl is not on every team's agenda. That's not on every team's agenda.
Okay.
Because it's like what Mike just said. You don't gotta. It's only one team that's gonna win the Super Bowl every year. But that doesn't mean that's the only team that year that was trying to.
But the Panthers were not trying to win a Super Bowl, bro.
But they were showing strides to get towards that goal. That's my point. They were trying to be more competitive.
How many games did they win last year, bro?
That's not the point. And you know that's not the point. That's not the point.
But my thing is,
they made strides to try to get better. These other teams have not done that. The Saints are not doing that. That's the point.
It's no different than when we see teams pack it in at the end of the year. You can tell the team, or when we say shit like, "Oh, you can tell the team quit on the coach," or the coach quit on the players and shit like that. You can clearly see that these niggas don't give a fuck no more. There's no pride. There's no effort. There's no discipline. They get penalized more. They're one of the most penalized teams. Typically, how that ends up happening and shit like that. They don't give a fuck. Everybody's like, "Well, whatever. I'm gonna get mine," type shit. That's the difference.
Go watch TV, all right? Yeah. Okay, bro.
What the hell happened to Dallas? But yeah, anything else I want to add? All right, let's move off into the next topic. We're gonna do a too early prediction for Super Bowl matchup, man. So season on the way, so y'all know what that means. We got to get nasty, man. Who y'all think going to the Super Bowl this year?
Man,
I ain't gonna lie, Jake Ferguson just got lit the fuck
I
up.
just saw that, bro. That's why I had to.
Oh my god! Who that hit him? That was Blankenship.
Yeah,
but he had the touchdown 2 players before that. He underthrew him, bro.
Of course, it's Dak. What do you expect?
That just threw a damn hospital ball.
That's a medicine ball for sure.
Dak falling under the pressure.
That's that Derek Carr shit. That's that Derek Carr to Chris Olave shit we was talking about. That right there. That's a
that is Derek Carr to Chris Olave, boy. That's it right there. That's what you used to see, boy. I know Chris Olave happy as hell. He can't see.
Chris Olave just got tense looking at this shit.
But so too early Super Bowl prediction, man. And y'all listen, y'all be real, man. Don't see us saying those Niners in Pittsburgh just because y'all fans. Say who y'all really think real. What are you talking about? Say who y'all really think gonna go to the bowl, bro.
Man, check it out, bro. We got the easiest schedule in the league, right?
My God. Y'all not going to the bowl, Mike. Y'all not going to the bowl. Let me get my
shit off, man.
Y'all not going to the bowl.
Listen, man.
Go ahead, bro. I'm listening, bro.
I either got, bro, chill out. I got Usher Detroit going to the bowl from the NFC.
Man, please cut it out, bro.
And I got Buffalo finally.
But not my Sanders just fumbled, bro.
Cheats, bro. I got Buffalo finally getting to the fucking Super Bowl, bro. Finally.
You got Buffalo getting to the Super Bowl.
Josh beat Joe in the AFC Championship and go to the bowl, man. Josh beat Joe, bro.
We gonna see.
Beat Joe who?
Joe Beasley.
Must be Joe. Gotta be Joe Thuney. You talking about Burrow?
Bro, if the Bengals defense is worth a damn to get to the AFC Championship versus that sorry ass Bills team, bro. Bro, he's
I just got them starting faster. That's their problem. Even with the defense being ass, they start slow. If they can win like the
bro. But
first
you're
two fucking
talking
games,
about, bro. It don't
then
matter. The
you be
regular,
alright.
none of the regular season shit matter, bro. If their defense is
It
good
do
enough,
matter because that's what keep them out the damn playoffs.
bro.
How it
Listen
don't
to what
matter?
I'm saying, bro. You're talking too much. Like you're not listening.
Damn.
If they're good enough to get there, like I said, it don't matter what happens in the regular season. If they're good enough to get there, the Bills are not going to be able to beat the Bengals, bro.
Okay.
Because their defense is. Who do they have on defense, bro?
I ain't gonna lie, the Bengals outplay them all the time too. Joe Burrow be
Every
playing
time they
Well, I
play, Joe
said
Burrow
I have
carves
him
them up.
finally beating him. Those are my words for a reason because they normally don't beat.
But you don't even got no reason to believe that, bro. You just
Why don't
making
I have
a
a reason
bunch
to
of
believe that? Why would I have a reason to believe that? What reason don't I have to believe that? I have the
any
Bengals
reason.
starting faster than they normally do. Instead of going 0-2, 0-3, I had them starting 2-1 at the worst
What
and actually getting into the
what do that
playoffs.
got to do with the AFC Championship game, bro?
Because once they get into the fucking playoffs, they're scoring 30 points a fucking game. Will, that's what it has to do with it. So I
Who, the
believe they can
Bengals?
score enough points to get there. That's the
The
point.
Bengals?
Yes.
You think the Bills are going to score 30 points?
The Bills score enough points to win games, even last year with the same fucking offense and lack of weapons. Yes, bro. It's not that damn complicated.
Bro,
Yes.
their defense was keeping them in games, bro. They should have lost to the Ravens, but Lamar choked.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda, but they didn't, right? So shit happens. So that's a part of shit happening. Niggas choking, shit going your way, lucky bounces, all
Joe
of that shit
Burrow
is a
ain't
part
going
of
to do
football.
that, bro. That's all I'm saying. Joe Burrow's not going to do that.
Yeah,
You say
And
that,
them,
but Joe Burrow
and them
did. Joe Burrow
pitiful and
led the
them
league.
pitiful ass wide receivers that the Bills got is not going to keep up with
That's-
Jamar Chase and T.
They
Higgins.
don't have to keep up with them, bro. All
Yes,
they
they
gotta do
do.
is get a
Yes,
stop.
they
They
do.
don't.
That's
You
exactly what they have
can't.
to do.
You're not gonna keep up with the top freaking receiver in the league with other with tier 3 guys. Like that's just common sense. That's not what they need to do. They need to execute. Period. And if they could run the fucking ball, which they was doing last year with James Cook, they'll be fine. They got 2 tight ends that can catch the fucking football. That'll help spread their defense out.
But
So
they
yes,
couldn't run the ball last year in the playoffs. What are you talking
cool.
about?
It's
I can say
cool.
this.
All right, so you locking in. So who you locking in? You need 2 teams. You said 4. Who you locking in?
Bills Niners, man.
All right.
This nigga's a homer, cuz. Fuck out of here.
Says the nigga that says Steelers 2025 champs every time we sign off this motherfucker. But
And your point?
and it's a lie. That's my point.
Who you got, Will? Who you got going to the bowl?
Well, sad to say, I got the Chiefs because it's the Chiefs. And then I got the Lions if they're healthy. If they're not healthy, then I'm gonna assume the Eagles are gonna go back. I think the Lions are just overall better than the Eagles, especially defensively now, because the Eagles defense lost quite a few productive players. Slay, Gardner Johnson.
They lost 10 starters and like 10 players.
Yeah.
Brandon Graham is gone.
Brandon Graham, Milton Williams, Josh Sweat, right?
Yeah, Josh Sweat.
Yeah, come on, bro.
Milton
Like
Williams.
they got Nolan Smith, and he's good. They got Jalen Carter, he's a dog. I mean, they still got Zach Bond. I don't necessarily think he's as good as everybody else says he is, but I do think he's a beast at that middle linebacker spot, especially in
You
that
trust
system.
Jared Goff in the playoffs?
No,
that's
but
why I just don't keep thinking.
no,
like,
but I think this new offensive coordinator is not going to force Jared Goff to be Patrick Mahomes. I think they're going to lean on running the ball like they should have last year when they would have easily won that game versus the Commanders. They would have just kept running the ball.
For sure.
I mean, hey man,
And especially with a healthy defense. That's why I said if they're healthy, but that defense is amazing, bro. Now, this is all depending on coaching, too, because we don't know how their new DC is going to be. So, I will say that. But their talent speaks for itself, especially Aiden Hutchinson. Defensive player of the year, start off last year before his injury. I think he would have ran away with it. I'm not going to lie. In fact, I'm like, hot take, bro. The pace he was on, he could have broke the sack record, bro. He started off the year way too hot. He had like 8 in like 2 games, right?
Yeah, he had 5 in 1 game and then he had 3 the next or some shit. Something crazy.
Yeah, so like, geez. All he needed was 14 more in 16 games. Like, so that's not a crazy thing to say. But I think their defense speaks for itself if know if it's still good enough. I don't necessarily expect it to be as good as it was going to be last year, how it looked in the beginning of the year before they start getting compiled with injuries, because I have no reason to believe it could be that good yet. But I think their offense is good enough with Gibbs, Amon-Ra, Williams, Laporta. I think they got enough. Their offensive line is still going to be pretty good. So I like them to make the Super Bowl, and then I like the Chiefs.
Okay, I respect it. For me, man. For me, I'm gonna go a different route. I'm gonna go a different route. I'm gonna go with Green Bay coming out the NFC.
Yeah, you just told niggas to be realistic. Be for real.
Nigga just told us he ain't want to hear no bullshit.
Your pick is worse than Mike's pick.
Listen, bro. Listen.
Nigga just told us he ain't want to hear no bullshit.
Listen, bro. Listen to me. I think Green Bay. First of all, I would pick the Lions to go, but I'm sorry. I'm not going with Jared Goff in no capacity, bro. Y'all can have that shit. Y'all believe he's gonna be good enough for them to make the bowl? Cool. I don't. That's cool.
Trust Jordan Love?
I trust him more than Jared Goff. Yes.
Jared Goff done took 2 different teams to the NFC Championship game.
Yeah, and he got carried all over, bro. Listen, let's get one thing straight. Let's get one thing straight.
Hold on, bro.
Y'all gotta stop acting like that. What happened?
What's up with the game? Why the game postponed?
Weather delay.
Oh no, it's a weather delay.
I think it's finna start lightning or some shit.
It's a thunderstorm. But first off, y'all gotta stop making it seem like Jared Goff was out there slinging that motherfucker. He wasn't. He went to a Super Bowl because Todd Gurley was on a generational run for 2 years. And
I want to say who's y'all because I never said that Jared Goff was going to be.
Okay, all right, fine.
They said they needed to limit him to get him there.
I know. Listen, I'm not saying you said anything. What I'm saying is people have said on national TV, on podcasts, I'm speaking in general, not just the y'all two. People, let me say people instead of y'all. People got to stop saying it as if Jared Goff is just out there slinging that motherfucker. He's not. He's playing within the confines of a system that is built for majority of quarterbacks to be successful in. He has 2 good running backs behind him. He got a top 3 offensive line, and he's throwing to a 2-time back-to-back first-team All-Pro receiver with other talent on the field. Like we got to stop making it seem like that nigga just out there just balling. He not. He doing what a lot of niggas would do. We got to stop doing that.
We ain't never seen niggas not underperform with that same amount of talent. We ain't never seen that.
When? What, Mike, you give me the
done,
right? Play.
My thing is, he still has to get it done, right? Because if he wasn't getting it done, we'd be
no, Mike, that's not what you just said. That's not what you just said.
We've never seen niggas have talent and not perform.
Who, Mike? I'm asking for the name. Who?
I'm asking you a question.
No, I haven't seen it. No,
you've never seen niggas with talent and perform.
No, not with that amount of talent around them. No, who? The name of the player.
We watching one nigga tonight do it.
Who? Dak?
Yes.
Get the fuck out of here.
He ain't underperformed?
Mike, the team that the Lions have... hold on, listen. The team that the Lions have the last 2 to 3 years, let's say 2 years, the last 2 to 2 years, they are head and shoulders above any offensive rounded talent that Dak has had. Like, what are we talking about? Yeah, Dak had a good O-line and a good running back situation.
Good.
They had to go get Amari Cooper, and then at that point, Ezekiel Elliott was done.
He had no. We're not doing that. He had the best O-line in the league. He had the best running back in the fucking league in Zeke. He had CD. He had Brandon Cooks.
CD,
CD was not what he is today. You asked. I'm giving you the players.
He's not what he was today, but you talking like he was not an all-pro receiver. He wasn't an all-pro receiver.
He's been all-pro the last, He's been all-pro, 2 or 3 times in his career?
He's been an all-pro twice, and it wasn't when Zeke was there. It wasn't when our elite offensive line was there. It wasn't when none of those things
were there. He's played with a great level of talent as well, and he has underperformed at times with that talent. And we talk about him because of that. We talk shit. Nigga can't get it done in the playoffs. He can't do that. So it's not an automatic given that Jared Goff is going to play well with these teams. which is why even when
That
the Rams are willing
Prescott
to
still
move
played
on
well
from
with
him.
those teams, though.
Yeah,
That was
but the Rams are willing to move on from him, right? Even with him doing all those things, right? So then he
because he
comes to
was
Detroit.
good enough.
He comes to Detroit. They weren't expected to do shit. Then they go to the NFC Championship game. That year they went to the NFC Championship game against us at home. He was balling, bro. He might not be. He might also Jared Goff. He was balling, bro.
Right? They
He
blew
ran
it.
into. He ran into.
They blew a
He ran
17-point
into.
lead. Like,
Okay.
what are we talking
Bro,
about?
I'm not saying he didn't blow the game, bro. I'm talking about the season, the entire season, bro.
But you just
The
said
man played
that
well.
be underperforming.
Okay.
But that got 3
He
straight 12-win
underperformed regular
seasons.
season
Okay.
and playoffs, nigga. It's both.
Okay, can I ask a
If I've been
question?
to the NFC Championship game twice and you've never been to one,
Can I ask a
and I'm
question?
playing better and putting up better numbers, am I not playing better than you playing?
Can I ask a
I
question?
just want to make sure I'm hearing you right. So that can lead a team to division titles in a division.
So do you think if you swap them out that Dak would do better than what Jared Goff is doing?
I think he'll do it. I think he'll do what Jared Goff is doing right now. At the very least, he'll do what Jared Goff is right now.
Okay.
Go ahead, Will.
Well, to be fair, Goff has played with way better coaches
That's not
than-
close. That's not
than
close.
Dak. Like Dak has played with absolute garbage as coaches and ownership and anything else you want to say. So like we can talk about how someone underperforms, but coaches are also a big factor. Like we got to stop like leaving coaches out of debates
Yeah, I
when
agree
talking
with
about
that.
how well somebody performs. That's why when people perform lower than what we think they should with said coach, it's like, well, this coach might not be as good. You know what I mean, or whatever. Like if listen, we can talk about however good we think Andy Reid is. Without Patrick Mahomes, he wouldn't have made it where he's at. Same thing backwards. We could talk about however good we think Mahomes is, but I don't think he would have made it as far without Andy Reid. Everyone benefits off everybody. We have to use these as congruent arguments. They can't be separate. Now, what I will say is I don't see any world where Jordan Love is taking the Packers to the Super Bowl under any circumstances because they have 3 better teams in the conference, at least.
2-3.
Sorry, my shit keep muting for no reason. I don't know what the fuck's going on with that. The Lions, the Eagles, the Niners are better. Shit, to be honest, the Vikings are probably gonna be better this year. If JJ McCarthy is worth anything, if he's worth anything, then the Vikings should be better. You're talking about I gotta see.
Well, you know what?
Jordan Love has only won 1 playoff game, right?
He played well in the loss too, though.
And what loss?
Bro, can I ask you a question? Does it matter?
3 picks in the last quarter and a half.
Man, the man was out there just trying to make plays at that point, gang.
Now we're making excuses. It
was him just throwing up prayers, bro. Like it was him throwing up prayers.
Come on,
prayers, bro.
You ain't had it both ways,
saying,
bro.
man,
Every quarter
now
man
trying to make
Jordan
talking
Love
about,
not-
or you want to
listen,
talk about Jared
Jordan
Goff
Love
last
not
year? He
even-
still
Jordan
played
Love
better.
not even the reason why I think the Packers would go to the Super Bowl. I think their defense would just be that much better.
Bro, come on, bro. All right, bro. Go ahead.
All right, so but the Vikings also improved their defense as well.
All right,
Who else? The
I'm done
Bears
with this
improved
dude,
their team.
This
The
man
Lions
started
are healthy.
putting out
So
fandom
that's
tape.
3 teams in their own division.
I'm a Dolphin fan. What is we talking
I
about?
understand, but I'm just saying that's 3 teams. They have honestly NFC North top to bottom is the best division, just based on full rosters, coaches included. They have the best division, right? So there's 3 teams in his own division that could beat him on any given week, even with getting Michael Parsons. Yes,
Bro,
fuck you mean, no?
they're not losing to the Bears, bro.
They're not
Can you
losing.
stop
You can say
thinking the
that,
Bears
but
are good, bro?
They lost to
Can you
them
stop
last
thinking the
year.
Bears
What
are
you
good?
talking about?
The Bears are garbage, bro.
Okay, and they lost to their garbage ass last year with a
And
terrible
they got
coach. They have
and
a
they
better
got
coach now.
they got arguably the 3rd or 4th best pass rusher in the league, and now they're going to have a wide receiver that we believe can stay healthy.
Great.
One
And
wide receiver that we
the Bears got a better coach, more weapons on offense, a better.
You don't know if the
offensive
Bears
line.
got a better coach. You don't know if he's going to be a good head coach. What you like? You're
better than bro. The nigga's better than Eberflus, bro. That's just not even. It's not even hard to see that shit.
Bro,
Eberflus
hold
was
on.
fucking
First
horrible,
of all, can we start by saying we don't know how the defense is going to be? We can talk about offense. We don't know how the defense is going to be.
Why?
We don't know.
That?
because Eberflus is a defensive-minded
Okay,
head
fine,
coach.
but they have the same talent. So at minimum, we can say they'll be. Let's just
All
say
right.
average. We can go average, right? Can we say average? Is that fair? At
Average
minimum.
defense. If they're an average
Okay.
defense, they're not making the playoffs. The Bears.
So if
They're
they're
not beating the
average
Packers.
with the additional weapons that they've added on offense, they've modeled the same shit he did in Detroit. The 2 backs, the 2 tight ends, the receivers. They have 3 fucking receivers, 2 tight ends,
And none of
2
them are
running backs.
as good.
And who's not as good as what?
The wide
As
receivers
what?
aren't as good. The
We
O-line
don't. You
isn't
don't
as good.
believe
The
in
running
Jordan
backs
Love.
aren't
I
as
don't.
good.
So hold on. You don't believe in Jordan Love
Bro,
like that.
hold on, bro. I'm not talking
Hold
about the Packers. You said they modeled everything they did in Detroit. None of those players are as good as Detroit.
Ben Johnson created an offense as far as personnel wise, like what he had in Detroit. He recreated that in Chicago.
Bro,
You got
can we use
Loveland
some
and Kmet.
context here? Can we use some
I'm
context
giving you.
here?
You saying the Packers not losing to the Bears and they lost to them last year, bro. So what's the difference? And they had a horrible no O line. He was getting killed. Caleb Williams was dying last year, and they still lost to him. He got much better O lineman this year. That's not even close to say. He had an extra tight end, another additional receiver, and another additional running back. Yeah, DJ Moore, Rome, Luther, Kmet, Loveland. You got Swift and Johnson, and a better O line. And you don't think they could beat the Packers one out of two games? They gonna lose them both?
No,
I don't think so.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. Packers healthy, I do not believe they're gonna beat the Packers, bro. Either game.
Okay.
I don't believe in
I
Caleb
guess we'll
Williams.
see. I got them beaten. They play them on December 20th. They definitely winning that game.
We'll see. But in the AFC, man, I think the Ravens actually pulled through this time.
Oh my god,
I
bro.
think,
bro.
Listen,
Oh
y'all
my
gotta
God,
stop, bro. Y'all gotta stop, bro. Y'all gotta stop.
Your
Bro.
podcast, bro. And you giving these takes, bro.
Y'all talking like that's
Niggas
nasty
got-
to say,
niggas
bro.
got
The
on me
Ravens
for
got-
saying
got a
Josh
good
This is
Allen.
team.
insane to say, bro. I've never seen Lamar perform good
That's a damn lie. He played well
in a big
last year.
playoff game, bro. Versus any other good quarterback, I've never seen him perform good.
He outplayed Josh Allen last season, and I was literally down that hill.
He outplayed him and he didn't play good.
He played better than Josh Allen. I didn't
Did I say
he
Mike,
played
Mike,
better
did
than
I,
Josh
Mike,
Allen.
hold on. No, TC, you're talking too much. Did I say I never seen him play better than a good quarterback? I said I never seen him play good versus a good quarterback.
He played good last
He played
year.
bad. He played
No,
bad.
he did not. No,
Bro, he
did
gave
not.
the game away in the first half, bro.
The game was lost when Mark Andrews dropped the 2-point conversion. That's when the game was lost.
All right, bro.
Y'all talking like y'all never seen the nigga
I'm
start
just
off
saying.
bad
So
and
can I ask
then
you a
finish the
question?
game strong.
So-
We seen that
so
from
let's just
Brady.
say-
We
okay,
seen that
cool,
from
great.
Rodgers. We seen that
Did
from
Josh
other
Allen turn the
all-time great
ball over?
quarterbacks.
Did Josh Allen turn the ball over in their playoff game?
Bro, he did
No,
not.
just answer the question, T.
He
Did he
did.
turn the ball
No,
over?
he did. He did.
You know
Okay,
he's gonna start
Lamar
start
had 2
pandering.
turnovers, bro. 2,
Okay.
not 1, not an accident.
Okay.
2. Now, if
Yes.
Andrews would have dropped it and he would have tipped it up into a
Mike,
DB
how did the
hands, that's
game
not over
end, Mike?
Lamar.
Mike, how did the game end? How did the
The
game end?
game ended withLamar going home with his helmet in his hand,
No, Mike, how
Sitting
did
at the
the game end? Tell me how
talking
the game
about how
ended.
he's tired of getting close. That's how.
I understand he's tired of getting close. He did not. He played his worst game of the season. I said that on my pod after the
Right,
game.
so then that's
But you're
not
not
good
going to tell me
enough.
the nigga played a bad game
He
when
did,
finished
bro. You're
the game
caping,
with the
bro.
numbers
You're
he
Bro,
had.
you just
You're not
time out.
telling
Hold
me
on,
that
wait,
shit.
hold
You're
on. Hey,
caping.
wait. Hold on. Let me ask you a
No,
question.
it's the same shit.
Hold on, listen. Okay,
Y'all
listen.
wanna
Based
pull
on
up
what
the
you
numbers?
just, based on what
We
you
can
just
pull
said,
the numbers. We can pull the film. He played
okay,
a
but
good
based on what
game.
you
He didn't play
just
great. He
said
played a
out your
good
own
game.
mouth, you just said out your own mouth he played his worst game of the season, but
And
you're
it
not
still was
gonna
a
tell
good
me he
game.
played
That's
good.
not me saying it's a bad game, Mike.
It's not a good game though, because he turned the ball over twice. That led to points for the other team.
Mike, you never
It
seen a
wouldn't have
quarter.
came
You
down to
never
Mark
seen a
Andrews
quarterback
if he
turn the
didn't
ball
turn the
over twice
ball
and
over.
not
T.
win. You
T,
never
if he
seen a
don't turn the
quarterback
ball
turn
over
the ball
twice, it
twice
don't
and
Okay,
come
not
down to
win.
Mark Andrews.
Mike, hold on. Before we say we never seen a quarterback turn the ball over, let's talk about these turnovers, though. We're not talking about any turnovers. It was a horrendous pass, the worst pass of the season from him, and then a horrendous fumble. That should have never happened.
Okay, that's fine, and that's you're completely
No,
right.
that's fine. That's fine, bro. Both of those
It's
were
fine.
only his
I've
fault.
already conceded that point. Will I said the
Okay,
nigga
so
made
what
2
I'm
bad
saying is,
turnovers?
if
What the
he
fuck else
don't
want me
turn
to
them,
say?
if he don't have those
I've already
turnovers,
said
bro,
that.
it
I
don't come
literally
down
already
to
said
Mark.
that.
My point is, it don't come down to Mark Andrews if he doesn't have those 2 turnovers, bro.
Mark Andrews also had a fumble.
At the end blew it.
Mark
yes, we
Andrews
know.
also had a fumble
At
that
the
killed the drive.
end,
Did he
he
not?
blew it.
Okay, bro.
We knew he blew it.
Now it's okay, but the thing is, y'all are all making it seem like Lamar Jackson, the only nigga that had bad plays.
No, where did I say that?
saying he's the only one that's considered that nigga that keeps failing in the playoffs all the time and having shit games. That's what we're saying. He's a top 2, 3, 4 quarterback. He always shits the bed when it matters.
Mark Andrews not even a top 5 tight end anymore, bro. We're trying to put the blame on him, bro.
He dropped a 2-yard fucking pass. Of course you're gonna blame him. What do you?
Okay, T. Let me ask you a question. T. Let me ask you a question, bro. Good. How many yards did the Ravens give up to the Bills?
I don't know at the top. The defense played well. Dude.
Do you think they gave up under 200 yards to the Bills? Do you think the Bills had less than 200 yards, T?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me ask you a question. What other quarterback do you think, elite quarterback, Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, what other quarterback do you think would have lost that game if their defense only gave up 200 yards? Less than 200 yards. None, because none of them would have threw that pick. Maybe Mahomes. And none of them would have had that fumble because they would have – Joe Burrow would have fell on the ball. He ain't even trying to go get that. Mahomes probably would have got up and threw it out of bounds. And who knows what Josh Allen would have did. But he wouldn't have fumbled it because he don't really turn the ball over in the playoffs. He's the least turnover-prone quarterback in the playoffs. You can argue Jalen Hurts. Josh Allen's is – if you want to turn on the tape, you want to talk about the stats, turn on the tape. Josh Allen is the best playoff performing quarterback, bro.
So he's the best playoff performing quarterback, but he had 2 minutes to go down the field to get a field goal. He couldn't do it. But okay. I mean, we talk about the critical moments. We talk about the clutch plays. That's one game. No, it's not. No, it's not fine because y'all. We always do this. We always do this shit. We bring.
Hold on, T. Let me ask you a question.
Huh?
Let me ask you a question, bro.
Good.
What's the average yards that Josh Allen's defense gives up in the playoffs since he's been a starter? Yards? Yeah, like if you could.
I don't know.
Do you think it's over 300 every game, other than one game?
I don't think it's over 300. No.
You sure?
Not every game. No.
All right,
he had the number one. He had the number one defense and the top three.
No. T. We're not talking about regular season, bro. I'm gonna look it up right now.
You said in every playoff game, no. I don't think.
Hold on, bro.
They didn't even get that up last year to the Chiefs, and it was the worst defense he had.
Hold on, bro. Okay. Hold on a second. All right, here we go. I'm about to pull them up right now.
You're good.
They average 24 points a game.
Okay.
Since 2019, they averaged 25 points given up a game. That's 248 points over 10 games. That's not good.
Okay.
In playoff losses since 2019, they averaged 31 points a game.
Okay.
But if this was Aaron Rodgers, you would be slurping it up right now.
Okay.
All right? And he's played way better than Aaron Rodgers in big games. But let's keep going.
He must have got a Super Bowl then.
In the you sound like Green right now. In the 5 most recent playoffs,
he must have a Super Bowl if he played better than bigger games than Rodgers.
No, nigga, stop it.
I'm just saying. If that's what you're saying, he must have played.
You sound like Green.
He must got a ring.
Let me go.
If he played better than Super Bowl MVP,
Mike, let me cook. Bro. He's trying to deflect. Let me cook.
No, it's not deflecting. The problem is you're looking at numbers and thinking the numbers don't tell the story.
Here you go. You're trying to cut me off. You're trying to cut me off because I'm cooking you. In the 5 most
because you're only telling the numbers. The numbers are the only thing that
in the 5 most recent playoff losses, the Bills have allowed 33 points per game. That is approaching one of the worst in the Super Bowl era.
Will, that's cool. what the game
Bro.
came down to last year against the Chiefs. He had a chance. Not last drive, second to last. Well, it was his last drive. Last drive of the game. Could have got in field goal range. He couldn't do it. The season before last.
You just talked about Mark Andrews dropping the pass. What did Dalton Kincaid do on that drive?
Mike, get the fuck out of here.
Hold on. Mike, what does Stephon Diggs do?
The nigga Dalton Kincaid had to contort his body to come back to a ball that was 5 yards short.
T, forget that.
The nigga Mark Andrews had a 2-yard out route. Mike, it's not the same shit. It's not the same thing.
Bro, forget that. Mike, don't even say nothing. Mike, don't even say nothing. T, what did Stephon Diggs do to a wide open game-winning?
He dropped that shit. He played terrible. Yes, he was bad.
So again, you're always
the
making
game ended with Josh Allen missing a wide open throw. That's how that game ended.
Always played way better than him.
What happened at the end of that game, Will, that you just referenced? What happened at the end of the game? He missed a wide open receiver.
And I've never said that he's perfect, but he plays better than Lamar.
Score. See, now we're going back. Okay, now we're reverting. You just asked me an example, and I'm telling you why the numbers don't always tell the story.
So can I ask you a question real quick? So if you just swap them two out, right, and you put Lamar in Buffalo and you put Josh in Baltimore, has Baltimore gone to the Super Bowl? Baltimore been to the Super Bowl by now?
Yes, because Lamar's not going to keep turning the ball.
No.
What do you mean, no?
No.
Lamar's a way better clutch performer, bro.
So you're saying that the Baltimore Ravens would not have gone to the Super Bowl if they had Josh Allen instead of Lamar?
No, because Lamar Jackson is the better player.
T. How many teams other than the Steelers last year, a team that everyone knows was ass? How many teams has Lamar beat that has scored over 14 points in the playoffs? 0. He has never.
I didn't hear the question.
Lamar has never beat a team other than last year, the Steelers, who have scored over 13 points in the playoffs ever, other than the Steelers.
Oh, that's all his fault. Like you saying that as if that's all on him.
He can only beat teams that the defense holds under 15 points.
He can only beat teams when his team plays well. Yeah.
Okay, bro. Okay. Anyways, listen.
That's literally how football works.
Listen, bro. I'm about to pull up Lamar's stats next, bro. Don't even worry about it. In the last,
stats. Go ahead.
Bro, I am, bro. You keep talking.
Aren't the only thing that tell the story. Will you got to still watch the game?
I'm talking about defense.
You can read all the numbers you want, gang. Read.
All I'm gonna say is, bro, you always have a reason, bro. You always have a reason, bro. All right,
that's it. Don't tell the entire story.
Okay, so the whole story
you can pull up the Ben Roethlisberger last playoff game against the Browns where he threw for them over 500 yards, all this other shit, and people say, "Damn, he actually had a pretty good game." Well, he was ass.
He had 3 turnovers. That's not good.
But the problem is you're reading numbers and you're ignoring the nuances and context that happen on the actual field.
You're trying to create narratives and you're trying to bend the argument to fit your will, bro, and that's not it, bro.
It's not about fitting my will. I'm telling you, the numbers aren't the only thing that matter.
Bro, I never said they were, bro. I never said they were. I wasn't even talking about Lamar's specific numbers. I'm talking about the defensive numbers, something that has nothing to do with them, and you keep arguing over me.
You just said you pulling out Lamar numbers, Will. That's what you just said.
Bro, but
Mike, did you not just say that?
Bro, yes, bro, but Mike, was I not reading the defensive numbers the whole time, bro? Can we use a little bit of common sense?
I just want to know, am I tripping? Did he not just say that shit to me?
The man he's putting up Lamar's numbers in the playoffs next
year. Okay, so if he's pulling up Lamar's numbers, that means he's arguing that Lamar has not played as well. That's what he's arguing.
The defensive numbers for both teams.
No, nigga, that's not what he just said. You just said nigga said pulling up Lamar numbers.
You're only screaming because you know you're wrong, bro. If you will let me finish my point,
I'm not wrong.
If you will let me finish, bro, if you will let me finish, you will be able to see this, bro.
I bet. So then let him finish then, because I agree with him. So let him finish.
No, you know what? Y'all got it. I'm done.
Good. Thank you.
All right, I'm just gonna say this, and then we can be done, bro. I don't even care then. In 4 playoff games against the Chiefs, the Chiefs had put up 38, 42. 27, the lowest, and 32 points on the Bills, bro. Come on, bro. That's insane, bro. And people was like, oh, he can't beat the Chiefs. Almost no quarterback can beat the Chiefs, but they're also not all putting up 42, 38, 32, and 27 on them either.
Yeah.
You're right.
Only one dude did it, and I promise you, even as sorry as the Bengals was, every year on defense. They
Joe
didn't
didn't even play that good that game. That's what's crazy.
That's my point. The defense didn't give up 40 something.
Right, that is the whole point, bro.
Like that's the problem.
But
If
Lamar
you give
can
Josh Allen
only beat
Baltimore's
teams when the
defense,
defense is putting up elite performances, bro. And I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that to hate or to say Lamar's but you got to look at the full scope of things. If you're telling me a guy can only win when a team scores 14 or under, bro, that's not a playoff quarterback. That's not someone who's better than these other guys that perform better when it matters.
especially
Somehow, some way,
video
Lamar
game numbers
always finds a way to lose. I'm not saying that it's always his fault specifically, but last year, I'm sorry, that's his fault. The pick was horrendous. The fumble, horrendous. They would have been up 21 in the first half if he didn't have those. Because the Bills didn't score after, I think, midway through the second quarter. The rest of the game.
So they're getting stopped. They're giving you the ball back, and you're not doing anything with it.
In fact, they only had 10, I think it was 10 points. They only had 10 points outside of Lamar's 2 turnovers. And they got 7 points, I think, off 7 points off of, I think, the fumble.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 7 points in total from both turnovers. But, yeah.
Right. So outside of 2 drives, they had no points because they weren't able to drive the field really. That's all I'm saying, bro. Josh Allen should not have won that game, but he just played mistake-free football. Something Lamar is not able to do.
And it's not even just turnovers. It's always multiple turnovers, bro. Like, it's not just one. It's always 2 or more. That's a problem. So you can't even – if you make a mistake early in the game like the pick, okay, great. But you can't turn around and then also fumble the ball away. You driving the score both times. That's points out of your pocket that you help them put in their pocket. That's a problem, bro. You can't – he had 4 turnovers all season long. He had 40 touchdowns and like 4 picks or something last year. And then you get to the playoffs and you can't hold on to the ball.
And I think the fumble was right after the pick too, if I'm not mistaken.
It's every year, bro. It's not like he did it once or twice. It's every season. We get to the playoffs, he might win the first game or whatever, and then it's always the same reason. Turnovers.
Are you tired?
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not picking you up. Okay? Go in the living room.
All right.
And I'll come in with you. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So we're gonna end the show in the last segment that I got. But the segment we got is you got to put these 4 in order, man. We're gonna do peak season. We got 4 seasons you're gonna put up against each other. You gotta put them in order. Who was the better season versus who was the worst between the 4. So the seasons in comparison, we got 2013 Josh Gordon. We got 2019 Michael Thomas. We got 2015 Odell Beckham. And we got 2024, 2025 Jamar Chase.
Bro, one more time, bro. I'm sorry. Run that back for me.
Oh no, you good. So we going best peak seasons. We got 4 seasons up. Who y'all think peaked the highest, or who y'all think was the better player amongst these 4, and who was the worst? Put them in order. So Josh Gordon 2013 run. You got 2019 Michael Thomas. You got 2015 Odell Beckham. And you got 2025 Jamar Chase, or 2024 Jamar Chase.
All right. Well, I don't think we should do our own list. I think we should collaborate to make one solid list that we can more so agree on. Because that would, I'm gonna
tell y'all this now. If Josh Gordon not number 1, I'm sorry, I can't agree. I'm sorry.
If who not number 1?
If Josh Gordon not number 1, I can't agree. I'm sorry.
He can't be, bro.
Oh my God, we already off to a bad start.
Bro, you just had a nigga win the Triple Crown. You only the 5th person ever.
You already off to a bad start, boy.
You got a Triple Crown winner, an Offensive Player of the Year winner based on the numbers you put up that season. Honestly, I ain't gonna lie. Odell's season is last for me out of them 4 you just named. Odell's is last.
Man, Josh Gordon went out there with 2.
All right. We might as well just do our own list, bro.
Go ahead, Mike. Who you got, man? Go ahead. You go first.
I already know who he's putting first. Go ahead.
Jamar gotta go first, bro.
Yeah, I figured.
He's only one of the 6 players to ever win a Triple Crown. Like it's a reason the shit takes 20-some years to do it.
The best in the business, but continue.
Him, I got.
Mm-hmm.
I got 2 is tough. I'm gonna go. All right, I'm gonna put Michael Thomas 2.
Oh yeah, you're.
Oh
Go
hell
ahead,
no!
go ahead. Hold on, T. Let him finish,
Yeah,
bro. T,
you fucking
bro.
Ohio State.
Bro, let him
fan.
finish,
Oh
bro.
my
You
It ain't
got,
god!
about the nigga won offensive player of the
bro.
year.
You got,
Fuck Ohio
bro.
State.
Bro,
That
you
ain't
gotta
got
let.
nothing to do with that.
Bro, you gotta let him finish, bro. Go
Nigga
ahead, bro.
literally won Ohio.
Go
Go ahead,
ahead.
bro.
Y'all
You right,
talking
bro.
about,
You right. You right, bro.
I guess
Go
that's
ahead,
some
bro. You
far-fetched
right.
shit.
You right.
What
Go
are you
ahead.
talking
Go
about?
ahead, bro.
Hey,
He won
y'all
offensive player of the year. Like,
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Josh is 3rd. Odell is last. I'm conflicted because I want to put Josh 2nd and Michael Thomas 3rd. I think we can interchange them 2, but Odell's last for sure. I'm going Michael Thomas slight edge because he won offensive player of the year. That's it.
All right, well, you go ahead.
All right. I am gonna have to agree with you, T. I do got Josh Gordon first. I think just as player for player, he played the best. He was the most unguardable, not however you want to split it. And he was out there with straight doo-doo around him. Offensive line, okay. He had 2 good. Well, he had Joe Thomas. I mean, he's
I'm about to say outside of Joe Thomas, yeah.
he's an all-time player. Outside of him, I
Yeah.
think their right guard was good, and then other than that, bad. They ain't have a run game like that.
They had no run game. No run game.
If they weren't playing in our division, it probably would have been a little better statistically. But what I will say is the quarterback situation amongst anything, no matter what else you want to say, was pitiful. He had Brandon Whedon out there looking like prime Joe Montana because he was just throwing it up to him and going to get it.
Don't forget Jason Campbell came in there too. Don't forget. A lot of people
Trash.
A lot of people forget
Then,
that.
hold on. So then you got Jamar Chase out there. After Jamar Chase, hold on. All right, get out of here. Bro, after Jamar Chase, you got Michael Thomas, and then you got Odell. In my opinion.
Okay.
I mean,
Well,
after Michael Thomas, after Jamar Chase, then you got Michael Thomas, then you got Odell.
Yeah, I gotta say, I gotta agree with Will list, man. That's my exact list. So, listen, we could sit up here. We could talk about the accolades. We could talk about, you feel me, the nuances, the achievements, offensive player of the year. You feel me? We can talk all that. Triple Crown winner. Josh Gordon went out there with absolute terrible situations. And I think a lot of people forget he did it. He did this shit in 14 games. Like he ain't played the first 2 games of the season because he got suspended. Like he went out there, played well, extremely well, with Brandon Whedon and Jason Campbell throwing the ball, and he had nothing else around him. Not another number 2, not a decent tight end. Offensive line was at best okay, maybe. And then you had a running back situation that wasn't ideal. It might have been solid, but it wasn't good. Every team knew going into that week against the Browns that you got to stop one nigga and one nigga only, and that's Josh Gordon, number 12. And they couldn't do it.
Was that his rookie season?
And then on top of that, I think a lot of people forget that he set back-to-back receiving yard records in the game for the Browns in 3 straight weeks. I mean, the nigga was just a different kind of athlete at that point, man. Like
it's the Browns, bro.
It don't matter.
Only adds to the point.
Man. The point is the nigga was dominating the league. And he did
was that his rookie season?
With Brandon Whedon and Jason Campbell at quarterback, bro. In 14 games. The man was averaging 120 yards a game. Brother, come on, bro. That's unheard of.
Okay.
Bro. Then, like I said, I agree with Will List, man. I got Jamar Chase 2nd. I got Michael Thomas 3rd. And I got Odell 4th. I mean, it pains me to put Odell last because I ain't going to lie. At their best, I am taking Odell over Mike, but Mike.
So
Mike
are we
season.
doing the best seasons or the best player? Because that's the difference.
I'm doing a better player. But the reason I put Odell under Mike, the reason I put like I said, the reason I put Odell under Mike is because I can't ignore the dominance and the attention Mike was commanding in that 2019 season. I can't ignore that. The thing with Odell is he was the better deep threat, but he was too much of a diva, or not a diva, I should say, but he was too much of a star-studded player in his own mind. He kind of fucked up his own reputation and his touches. But if we're just comparing those seasons, though, I still think pound for pound, Michael Thomas had the better season. I just think if we're talking their peaks as overall, like within them 2-3 year spans, they both were like it for real. I think Odell had a better 2-3 year peak.
Bro, you did all that open eye, shaking your head when he said pound for pound, like pound for pound, Josh Gordon wasn't better than Michael Thomas. If you would have put Josh Gordon in that Saints offense, bro, he would have went for 1,800, 1,900, 2,000.
I don't disagree. That's why I asked the question. Are we talking about who was the better player or who had the better individual season? Comparing those seasons, the 4 seasons that he listed.
Right. Well, I mean, Michael Thomas seasons just ain't stats, bro. I mean, when you watch them play, bro, that also affects it because, I mean, anyone could have did what Michael Thomas did in that offense, bro. Anyone
couldn't have done it because nobody else did it.
I'm talking about any one of them in their respective years, bro. Come on.
Yeah, okay. That's fine. But we got it done. So he's the only person out of the 4 of them that won Offensive Player of the Year. So I couldn't ignore that either.
Jamar Chase just won. Oh, no, he didn't. No, he didn't.
No,
You're
he
right.
didn't.
Well, to be fair, he also didn't go up against a 2,000-yard rusher either.
Who didn't go up against 2,000?
Michael Thomas won the Offensive Player of the Year. That's you absolutely correct, my boy. But he also was getting. He had the best. He had by far the best situation of any of these niggas here. That's
Joe Burrow throwing the ball to Jamar.
Get the fuck out of here, Mike. You're not about to tell me.
Joe Burrow is throwing the ball to Jamar.
Okay, hold on. Nah, stop screaming.
Bro, he been throwing the fucking ball for the last 8 fucking years of his life.
I said better situation. I said better situation.
By far the better quarterback.
I said better situation. I said better situation. I said better situation. I didn't say quarterback. I said better situation.
What's the situation that he had? Y'all said in that Saints offense. So what was the better situation?
The offensive line.
What y'all brought up with Josh was the fact that he's playing with Whedon and Campbell, which is absolutely correct. It was fucking horrible. I agree with that. So,
I mean, do you think Drew Brees is better than Joe Burrow?
Just as player? As individual players?
That season, he's better than Joe Burrow.
Okay, so he had the better quarterback. He got the better running back. He got the better offensive coordinator.
You got the better defense. That matters.
You gain more. It's to a certain degree.
That shit better than what it was.
Well, what I'm saying is it matters to a certain degree. But
it does matter to a certain degree for sure, because if you can get a good defensive unit behind you, that means you can get on the field more in opportune times versus a team knowing that you're going out there, you're going to have to throw the fucking ball because you're down 14 points.
But another thing. It
doesn't benefit you because it's a tall tale. They know. I mean, I said that wrong, but they know what you're going to do. You're playing your hand. Like
another
if they
thing
know you need to throw the ball, they're going to play the pass.
Is the Saints also played in the weaker division? Jamar Chase by far plays in the better division versus better defenses as well.
Yeah.
Who's got the best secondary in that division?
Now the Steelers. Last year, probably the Browns. No, the Ravens. Sorry. What am I saying?
I think I get out to the Ravens.
The Ravens by far last year. I mean, they got the best safety in football, and then they got a top 10 corner. And then there's second, Marlon Humphrey. I mean, listen, it's debatable. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh no,
that nigga French toast, bro. I don't know.
He I'm about to say that boy.
Let me ask you a question. Who all was cooking him last year?
Jamar Chase cooked him every time he seen him.
Okay, but Jamar Chase literally cooks everybody.
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't watch a lot of Ravens games. So
Okay,
I can't,
my
I'm not
point
even gonna
exactly,
pretend
bro.
to
You're
speak on
talking. You don't even know how good he was. You don't even watch Ravens game, and you're out here
it.
saying
I'm
that
talking
he's
about
not.
how he's been over the course of the last 4
Nigga,
seasons.
shut up, nigga.
I'm talking about goofball. He cooked y'all ass. That's for damn sure.
Who cooked us? Jamar Chase. He
Locked
cooks
y'all-
everybody.
locked y'all- no, I'm talking about that receiver, the Humphrey nigga locked y'all ass up since you love him so goddamn much.
Who?
Marlon
Man,
Humphrey.
listen, man. Hey, man.
The nigga you
I've never
talking
been a
to.
big Marlon Humphrey fan though, so that's just me. But listen, man, that'll be it for the show tonight, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in to the show once again. We about to hit that hour and 40-minute mark, so we're gonna cut it short here. If you're not doing so already, y'all go ahead and hit like, subscribe on the channel. Facebook, YouTube, we live right now on both platforms. I also will be starting to go live on TikTok. I finally figured out how to stream on TikTok on my MacBook because I couldn't download TikTok Live Studio, but now I got it, so we good. We're gonna start that up next week. So, anything y'all boys want to add before we head out?
Nah, just fuck the Steelers, man.
Hey, I ain't even gonna lie, bro. Have fun winning 8 games, bro.
You?
You.
That's y'all. No, it's y'all baseline.
No, it's
It's
not.
crazy.
9 or 8 on.
Good night, y'all.
Pittsburgh Steelers 2025 Super Bowl champions, man.
2025 first round.